ready for another everyday Qigong set. So fortunately it's a bit cooler this morning than it was yesterday. Yesterday the energy was really quite building. I'm not quite sure whether it's going to stay cool for the rest of the day, but we'll see how that goes. So anyway, this morning let's do some everyday Qigong. Now, I've just put my glasses down somewhere, which is quite interesting because they've disappeared, but not to worry. So, how you be this morning? How's your body? Have you woken up? Are you ready for the day? Or are you stiff, tense? Whatever the case, we're just going to take a moment, find our space on the floor. Just find your shoulder width. So you want your feet about shoulder width apart. Wider than that, the alignments in the legs don't tend to work quite for standing unless you're doing a particularly wide stance. There are some of the Qigong sets which require wider stances, but that's fine. So to find your shoulder width, just put your feet together, turn out the toes so that they go out to 45 degrees, turn out the heels. So if you've done a lot of this, you already know that. If you've never done it before, that's the best way to find your natural shoulder width. It puts your feet, and you want them parallel, pointing straight in front of you so that they're in line roughly with the shoulders. And then what we're going to do is just start to breathe into the belly. So as you breathe in, doesn't matter if you're breathing in through your nose or your mouth, doesn't matter if you breathe out through your nose or your mouth, you're just breathing in, breathing out, and trying to soften the breathing, slow the breathing, and bring the breathing down into the belly so you can open up the belly as you breathe in and close down as you breathe out. And what you're looking for is a natural pattern that works for you. Okay, so don't try and force anything. Don't try and force air down into the lungs, or I must breathe in through my nose, because sometimes you can't. Sometimes your nose is being awkward. So you need over time to learn how to change that. And it doesn't happen through force. It happens through finding that kind of comfort within your body, finding cooperation with your body. Okay, your body is here to work with you, to serve, but it'll only do it if you're nice to it. Okay, if you're not nice to your body, it will start to rebel. So what we're trying to do is create connections now with the body, integrate mind, integrate body, integrate spirit. So we're breathing in through, if you can breathe in through your nose, then do. If you can't breathe in through your mouth, it really doesn't matter at this point. Okay, so breathing in, open up, and breathe out. Just let things close. So you're trying to get this feeling of sort of momentum inside the body, softening down through the chest, through the diaphragm, and into the belly. And just let your breathing fall into a pattern that works for you. As you breathe, just soften the mind. Whatever's going on later today, you can pick that up later. You've got a few minutes yet where you can just let that go and not worry about it for the moment. Whatever happened yesterday or a week ago or a year ago, don't worry about that. Just let that go. You can always pick it up later and play with it then. But for now, just let everything go and just become totally present in the moment with yourself as you breathe. Let the mind just sink down deeper into the body and take your awareness to the soles of your feet. Let the feet spread out onto the floor. Softening the ankles. You're looking for anywhere where you're creating resistance in your body, where you're fighting yourself in your stance. That sounds a bit weird and wonderful, but we do tend to hold ourselves tight, tense and rigid when we don't need to. So we're just opening and expanding the ankle joints. And then the same with the knees, just open and expand the knees. Softening the hips so that we're not creating torque and twisting down through the body. Just standing comfortably and let the muscles in between just relax and sink. So as the hips relax, the tailbone just drops as though you're sitting down on a stool. Opening up the lower back and relaxing the waist. Sitting back against the spine. So that the spine can elongate and the shoulders can rest comfortably over the hips. Release the ball joints in the shoulders, let them relax. Then just draw the chin, tucking it under very gently. That opens up the neck. Release the muscles either side of the neck. Empty the neck. And then keeping all your bones floating upright, suspended from your head, if you like. Just let the muscles just expand, release, and sink. And then on the in-breath, just bring the hands up the centre line. Chest tightly, turn over and up over the head. And breathe out, circling the hands down. Just releasing the shoulders as you do. Breathing in, come up. And breathing out, circling the hands down. And if you want to work a bit harder, just sink into your hips and your thighs. Breathing in, come up. And breathe out. Sitting back against the spine into the pelvis, keep the tailbone dropped as though you're sitting down. One more. Breathing in, hands come up the centre line. Breathe out, just settling down onto your feet. Let the hands float down, come to rest by the sides, and just take a few breaths. Any tension that you've discovered, expand, release, sink, and softening the feet again, checking your ankles, opening the knee joints, softening the thighs so that the hips can open, softening the pelvis, the groin, the buttocks. Tailbone drops. Open up the lower back and soften the waist. Spine elongates. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips. Chin tucks in gently to open up the neck. Bones floating in space. Muscles release. Sink. Breathing in, hands come up to the chest. Breathe out, turn left hand up, right hand down. Breathing in, hands come back to the chest. And breathe out, swap the hands over, left hand pushing down, right hand up. Breathe in. As you breathe out, if you want to work a bit harder, sinking into the hips and the thighs, sitting back against the spine. On the in-breath, come up. And breathe out, sink down. One more. And then the hands hands come to the chest. Breathing in. Breathe out, both palms to the floor, and just push down, resting comfortably on the feet. Let the hands just rest by the sides, so softening the feet, ankles, knees, hips, tailbone drops, lower back opens, spine elongates, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin tucked in. And then as all the muscles sink, just release the shoulder joints, releasing the muscles, pectorals, muscles across the shoulder blades into the spine, and then softening your upper arms, opening the elbow joints, softening the forearms, opening the wrists, and emptying the hands. Sinking the mind back down into the belly, sitting back against the spine, and just breathe, opening up as you breathe in, and closing as you breathe out, softening down through the chest, the diaphragm, into the abdomen. And then just turning the waist, let the arms go so that they can swing. And it's the waist that's turning, that's moving the body and the arms. So the shoulders are just neutral. The arms are switched off so they can just swing comfortably. The waist has to be released and the hips have to be released, so you're not twisting down through your legs. Really pay attention to what's going on in the waist at the moment. Are you holding yourself tight? What's going on in your hips? See if you can get all of that just to relax and release. This is not a big movement. You're not sort of twisting and throwing yourself around. Just sitting down comfortably, tailbone dropped. And just feel what's going on, looking for those areas of resistance and letting go. And it's almost like a clenched fist. So if you clench your fist and then release it, that's the letting go we're looking for. You're not sort of ending up so relaxed that you lie down. You still need to be able to do the exercise and function, but it's not functioning from force. And we change it, so the arms now swing out to the sides, one swinging in front, one behind. And again, the momentum is coming from the waist, turning. Just let the arms go. Breathing fall into a nice regular pattern that works for you. Just be present with the movement, feeling what's going on with your body. Working on just letting everything just release. sink. Except for the bones stay upright. Catch yourself wandering off and doing a bit of time travelling, thinking about what's going on later or tomorrow or the rest of the year. Or you think then finding yourself thinking about something that's happened before. Just catch yourself and just bring yourself back to this present moment. So you're here with the experience. And change. So just let the arms come to rest by the sides. And then just softening again down through your feet. Just take stock, opening the ankles, opening the knees, and the hips. Let the tailbone drop gently as though you're sitting down on a stool. Opening up the lower back, elongating the spine, letting the shoulders rest comfortably over the hips. So you're not pulling your shoulders back and opening the chest up like this. You're allowing the shoulders just to rest. So it hollows the chest very slightly, softens down through. Chin tucks under very gently to open up the neck, and release the neck, empty the neck, they say. And then the bones floating in space, muscles release and sink. Just take your mind back to the belly, sitting back against the spine, into the pelvis, and just breathe. Breathing in, palms to the floor, the hands float forward. Drop the fingertips, raise the arms to shoulder height. Breathing out, drop the elbows, drop the wrists and down. So try and keep yourself flat on your feet so you're not leaning forward. Opening up as you breathe in. Closing as you breathe out. And if you want to work harder, sinking into the thighs and the hips. Breathing in, come up. And breathing out, softening the chest, softening the diaphragm, softening the belly. And just let your breathing fall into a pattern that works for you. One more. As you sink down, sitting down, let the fingers turn to the right, circling up. The left hand continues, so you're holding a ball in the centre. You're sitting back against the spine into the pelvis, tailbone dropped. Just turn the waist to bring the arms around, softening down through the arms. And then using the elbows as a hinge, just turn the palms and swap the hand position. And then just turn the waist to bring the hands around to the left. Again, rotating from the waist, so you're not twisting through your body, you're just turning. Turn the palms, use the elbows as a hinge to the hand swap position, and turn. So you're softening your shoulders, sitting back against the spine. Softening the waist and the hips, relaxing the legs. Just pay attention to what's going on in the shoulders, so you're not leaning. You're keeping a nice shape, so the elbows and the shoulders stay at fixed points in space as the body turns. Hands and the wrists just rotate and swap position. And everything's moving around because the waist is turning. Just let your breathing fall into a pattern that works for you. And release down through the body, all the soft tissue, keeping the bones upright. And the game is to smooth the movement out so it becomes like silk. Become aware of any tension that's building up in the shoulders and the back, and remind yourself to let go. One more. And then as the hips square to the front, let the lower hands circle up so both hands come up to chest height. Breathing in and on the out breath, just let the hands come to rest down by the sides. And then we're going to close over the belly, so knuckle of the thumb and the tummy button, let the palm rest down. The other hand comes in flat over the top. Left hand under right for men, right hand under left for ladies. And again, softening down through your feet, softening the ankles, opening the knees, softening the hips, relaxing the waist, letting the tailbone drop. Spine stretching gently so the shoulders can rest comfortably over the hips. Chin tucked in to straighten the neck, soften the neck. All the bones suspended and floating in space. Let all the muscles release and sink. And just breathing into the belly, opening up as you breathe in. Closing as you breathe out. Sitting back against the spine. Into the pelvis. Keep going. And then bring the hands out to the sides, wiggling the fingers at the ends of the arms. So when I say bring your hands out to the sides, you're looking for a sweet spot so that the arms can just come up and just sit here comfortably. So that the shoulders just chill out, the elbows sink, the wrists can open and the fingers just wiggle at the end of the arms, but you're not leaning forward or back. You're looking for that comfort down through the body. Keeping the tailbone dropped, sitting down. And it's always looking for that position of comfort so that you could stand and do this for a long time. If you find that your arms or your shoulders are really tense and tight, move the finger position, the hand position, and see if you can take the pressure off. And then relaxing down. You shouldn't be sort of like rigid and sort of holding yourself out, because that's training tension into the body. It's learning to stand like this and work with your body so you're comfortable. And then bring the hands down, circle the hands at the ends of the arms. Again, just check to see whether you're leaning forward or back, or whether you're sat comfortably on the feet, and softening down through the body. Change. I'm just going to breathe in, coming up onto the toes, opening up, and then breathe out, let yourself drop, and everything sinks. So breathe in, open, come up, breathe out, sink and drop. One more. And relax, come up. Just give the body a shake. So thank you very much for joining me again this morning. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you have a really, really good day. If you enjoyed what you're doing, then please tag, share and like. Hit the like button on the page. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, hit the bell notification and all of that good stuff. And it'd be really good if you could share it, tag people in it so that we can spread this as far afield. Let anybody who might want to do this know that we're doing it. And if you have any comments or questions, or you'd like to leave any feedback, then please do so in the comments below. It's always nice to hear what people have to say about things. And I'll be back 7 o'clock tomorrow morning with more of the same. For the red, white and black dragons out there, I nearly said red, white and blue then, red, white and black dragons out there, there is the 8 brocades will be going on in the white dragon group later on today at 11 o'clock, and then the each one set will be running at 2. Again, thanks for joining me. Have a really good day and take care.